MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And we're back, and believe it or not, today is Wednesday morning.
I know.
It is so shocking.
We're halfway through the week already.
It was Monday, and now, boom, here it is.
I know. We went yesterday to the open house at the school.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was good. I mean, I think they kind of wanted people to come in, meet the teacher, and go. But nobody rushed you out or anything. Nobody did that. So we actually got the teacher that I was hoping we'd get. So that's a big plus.
Was that like a mystery to you got there as to what the schedule would be?
Yeah, we didn't know. And used to, I think you could kind of request teachers and stuff. I don't know that they do that now. Maybe they do. But we didn't get to that part. I feel like it was just crazy because it's like yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, tomorrow's Wednesday. It was just stuff's flying by. But anyway, we went and met the teacher, and he actually has one of his little friends from his ball team in his class.
Good.
So he was excited. Yeah.
So do you still get the list, like a back satchel, and you have to have crayons and the little zip up thing to keep up? That was big when I was a kid.
Yeah, little zip pouch for your pencils, and then you have your crayon box, and all the little stuff. But everything was pretty laid back, So
first grade, second, what grade?
First grade.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he missed the cutoff date because if he'd have been born like 10 days earlier, he'd been in second grade already.
So what year will he graduate?
Lord, I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought that far ahead.
And then I won't even ask you how old you will be.
I'll be glad to be alive when he graduates.
That'll shake you up when you go to thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, because I'm 47 now and he's starting first grade.
So you'd be
I was
set.
40 when he was born. I do not recommend.
I was not.
I don't recommend. I mean, let me just tell you though. I mean, he's been a blessing, and it's been good because I feel like I've had more patience with him. I really do. And I don't know. You just kind of feel like you have more time to spend with them and stuff.
Good boy, when you go to that arithmetic.
All my kids, I was fortunate. All my other kids could do math really good because math was not my it was not my subject.
Now, the oldest that I know of was a good friend of mine, and I think a lot of folks from this area that are local will know it. A friend of mine named Chip Fleming was born into this world, same age as I was. His daddy was 65 years old when he was born.
Really?
He had never married and got married, and Chip was born when he was 65. They didn't play a lot of ball together. I'll say because Mr. Cliff just couldn't keep up. But Mr. Cliff always made a point to drive through your yard in his car, and normally took out my mailbox when he'd come to visit me. Nice fellow, but he never kept a new car because he just couldn't help those dents.
Yeah.
And of course, I think a lot of people in this area here knew Mr. Leon Bailey, who also done a lot of that, of riding through the yards and taking out a mailbox or two every now and then.
We rented, my mother and my mom and dad rented a house, and I think I was in like the second grade, and we lived right next door to Leon Bailey. He owned that house, and they were renting it from him. And anyway,
he's a handful.
I know. I used to go over there and watch Miss Prue. Sometimes I think I'd sit there and I probably aggravated the fire out of them. I was always knocking on their door, because I just thought she was such a beautiful lady.
Oh, she was.
I'd go visit and stuff, but they were really sweet. So,
Miss Leon, God rest his soul, he was a good fella. As you're waking up, did you go outside and just really take in how great it felt?
I know. Yesterday evening, it kind of wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it cooled
it was
off.
kind of a little bit of a breeze at our house, and it wasn't bad.
This morning, officially 67, and I've even seen a few posts this morning from people stating on their front porches the further north you go, 64-ish. Some kind of fine. The fog should be burned off. It was a smidgen of a chance this morning, but we'll get about 90 today.
Won't that be so nice when we'll have 70s all day long?
I know.
When we get to that state.
Yeah, that would be.
When.
That'd be in Tennessee on top of a mountain.
Yeah, well.
But it'll be late fall because we typically are wearing short sleeve shirts and got a fan going at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes at Christmas, we've had hot weather.
You're right.
So, goodness.
But we do if we could get that perfect 70, never above 75 degree. Is that California? Where is it? Is it Tennessee in the mountains, or is it parts of California? Because, there's a lot of homes in California, if y'all are watching there, that don't even have air conditioners because they don't need it.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where they have 70s all year long, but that would be nice.
Ooh, that'd be
Very
the
nice.
life.
Yes, it would.
But we've got our benefits here too. Give me a little while and I'll try to think of that. I posted, if you've looked at my Facebook this morning, I don't have a lot of information on it, but once again in the Meridian area, there was gunfire last night. 2 females were shot overnight around 10:30. The incident happened at 34th Avenue and 12th Street. The condition of the ladies, I'm not sure of. I would think that I think they're okay, but I don't know how serious it is.
Well, let's hope that
Yeah.
that's not serious.
As we watch the continuing rise of this, we'll have a special guest toward the end of the week, and we're going to talk about crime and also his gangs in our area that's been totally ignored for years. We'll talk about that a little later on in the week. We'd love to hear from you. If you haven't posted yet, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we sure would. We always enjoy getting y'all's comments and interacting with you. And you can do that on YouTube if you'll go to Scotty Ray's Weather on YouTube or on Facebook, and also on WMDN 24
.3 or
.3 MeTV, and on the antenna.
Yeah, 24.3 on the antenna and 248.
248 on Comcast. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not with it this morning, but yeah.
You
Go
all
to
over it.
MeTV and watch us, though. You can interact with us online and watch us on TV.
Yeah, one of the stories that are breaking this, and this slipped by me. I posted it yesterday afternoon, but it slipped by me, and I was like, "Do what?" As you go to that show, American Pickers, and I think that's really all the Discovery Channel has to play anymore because it's just constant reruns. You never hear anything about the other shows they have. But Frank, the bigger guy with the beard, has left the show. Now, apparently, he had some back surgery and took a little time off, but he ain't coming back.
Yeah. I read where he felt like he was kind of played second fiddle,
Yeah.
you know, and which means, he didn't feel as important,
That's what happened.
And that he was not he was just kind of a more laid back guy. And,
Now, did you see him as really getting second fiddle? Did you see that?
I kind of did see that because what was the other guy's name?
Mike.
Okay, yeah, Mike. He just kind of seemed like he was the head of the show, really, and I felt like the other guys just seemed like a little tag along.
Now, this I don't know. I know that they were best friends from childhood. They've known each other for 40 plus years. What I don't know is who started the show, who had the concept, and it may have been the guy Mike.
Yeah.
Because if you'll notice, they only show that he's got a store and resells things. You never see what Frank had.
Yeah.
And then, if you will notice, his brother has slipped into it, who is strange.
Yeah, he's different. He is different.
Now, Frank says that the plot, in his opinion, is that they want to replace him with Mike's brother.
Yeah.
And he feels threatened over it.
I bet he comes out with his own little spin-off show from it.
And you and I talked about this before we went on. And Frank has a lot of points on this. He's the guy that digs around in the pile and he finds that $20, he finds that $150
Which
sign.
that's what most people do.
Yeah.
Who's going to go pay $5,000? Some people might pay $5,000 for a sign or a beat up old bike that looks like you need to put it all back together. $8,000. Some people might do that, but the regular
Joe.
everyday person, regular Joe is not going to do that.
And let's talk about Mike's taste in things. You ever notice is it a Affliction or those scooters?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Nobody here would ride one of those or collect that.
You're talking about like the
little moped looking.
they look like they're an old timey motorbike.
Yeah, and
you'll get old beat up ones too.
But they're not. What's the word I'm looking for? And I'm trying to politically put this right. They're not real, like a muscle car type. They're not.
I know.
It's not
manly.
real. Yeah, I couldn't.
Manly.
Yeah, he's not a manly man.
Masculine. Yeah.
He buys stuff that I just would never think of.
Some of the stuff, the girl, what is her name? The girl that sits back at the place and she finds places for them to go look.
Miss
for
Tattoo
items.
Queen?
Yeah. I can't remember what her name is.
Let me look up her name.
But, she'll find places for them to go and she gives them a call. Now, unless that's a stage thing and they already know, I don't know. That might just be it. But some of the stuff he picks is
There
just
she
kind
is.
of like Danielle. Yeah. Some of the stuff he picks to buy, it's like, who would want that? I'm thinking, I don't know.
Debbie Penny says that Frank does not have the personality to like Mike. He is kind of gruff
or like
now.
Mike. Yeah. I did say that they seem like two different personalities. Like I would have never put those two people together for a show.
So my question is, who do y'all like better? Do you like Frank better or do you like Mike better? Who is your favorite on that show? Who really truly makes that show? Is it Mike and I'm just not seeing it? He's kind of the leader and
well, I don't know. I think Mike seems like more of a go-getter.
yeah.
Frank is kind of like just more laid back. I think it just depends on what type of items you're looking for or what type of person you're looking for. You know, it's just two separate, totally different people.
They did blend well together. For whatever reason, it did click. But the show has definitely taken a different twist now.
Yeah. But I do like watching those kind of shows, you know, the pickers and the different, you know, garage, you know how they have the flea market flip shows and stuff. I like watching stuff like that.
Bill said that Mike ran the show, but Frank was more like the rest of everybody, like us in our neighborhoods.
Right.
Claudine Baskin says she's a big Frank. Debbie Penny is more on the Mike side of the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I can't lie. First time I saw that Danielle chick, she scared me. I'm like, that woman could hurt me.
I think she's kind of neat though, because she's kind of retro. You know, she wears old timey stuff.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times. And
now, is there hidden here and she's kin to somebody and I don't know it? Could you know? Is there you know? What's her connection to the show? Where did they find
I don't
her?
know where they met her. You know, I don't know.
She's definitely different, but she does. You know, you credit where credit's due. She does a good job at what she does.
Yeah, she does. And she's gone out too and bought stuff. Like she's gone out on her own. I've noticed. You know.
Now I have never been to the show, but there were some comments yesterday about that said that when you go in, it's either really expensive or it says, "Well, this is not for sale," and you can buy T-shirts in it. But it'd be pretty neat to go in there. I think.
I love to go to flea markets now. I mean, I really do. I love going and you know, looking at old signs and stuff like that. I think that's neat.
Greg McCary says he loves Danielle. He's into her. And you remember the other show that we brought up yesterday? She was like a hot number that where they went to bought the storage and they bid on them. Storage Wars. The
Brandy.
Brandy. She was like
the husband and the wife that, you know, would go together and buy stuff. She's kind of bossy.
Very bossy, but she become like I don't think the word is sex symbol, but she was did y'all see that look she made? That
I don't know
that
about
little
that.
twitch of the nose over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in some circles, she was, men thought she was it on a stick.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
She didn't do it for me, but
I don't know. That show to me was more stage stuff.
Oh,
it just drove me
very-
insane. It was like it was scripted and
you know, it even came out that they had hid things in some of those and planted it there for dramatic purposes.
I kept waiting on them to roll up one of those doors and be like a body bag or something.
And it could have been the black guy always tickled me that started out as Brandy and them's helper and he got his own store. He was always comical. I liked him.
Yeah.
And I really can't think of another reality-based show like that makes me stop and it's not many out there that'll make me stop and watch that.
Yeah.
I am so over Survivor that it ain't even funny. And that was 30 years ago.
I just don't like scripted stuff. That's one thing I love about like this show is we're definitely not scripted.
it ain't even planned some days.
Yeah, we never know what each other's going to say.
But, you know, you go back and you look at things through the years it's just funny how some things just take a click and are a success on television that people adapt to and they like. LaWanda says that they do have one store in the Nashville area.
Okay.
Let's see. Terry Carter says lots of come out to Preston. There's lots of antiques there. I was going through this if we missed anything else that happened, but
I think Ray says it's all staged. The producers pick out where they go and stuff. Yeah,
I can see
like,
that.
You like Pawn Stars? We were talking about Pawn Stars.
Major.
Yeah.
Let me call him expert from just down the road. We all know it would take him 6 days to get there.
I know. And normal, you'd call him on Monday and you'd see him next week sometime. Yeah.
Now, the preacher guy that always come in that evaluated things, you know, he ran some museum, that the preacher with the beard.
Oh, I didn't know he was a preacher.
Yeah, he was kind of interesting. But they always got somebody to tell you what it's worth. And at the end, they're trying to get it as cheap as they can.
Yeah,
Hard to believe some days on all of that.
It amazes me how people bring in a pair of tennis shoes to that show, in their Nike tennis shoes, and so wore them. Who cares? I mean, I would not pay a bunch of money for some old tennis shoes somebody wore.
I agree with that.
People love stuff like that there, not me.
An autograph, that kind of maybe. One day I want to buy an autograph thing of Jimmy Stewart. I never got to meet Jimmy Stewart, and I want an autograph of Jimmy Stewart to hang on the wall. That just would tickle my soul to have one of those. And one day I'll get that.
Yeah.
So let's see. I have a $100 poker chip from Vegas trying to get rid of it. Tammy Flynn will go back to Vegas.
Right.
They'll let you use it. Because I don't guess it's worth anything here.
Yeah, I don't guess so.
Let's talk about our friends out at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They have a lot going on. As we believe it or not, fall is getting closer, but we still have the fly problem. And they have plenty to choose from fly traps. They'll show you which one you want. They'll make sure they'll give you one if you want one that doesn't smell. They'll fix you up with that depending upon where you're going to hang it. Kind of important there. As I said, fall is around the corner, already getting the decorations.
I know. I love when they start pulling out the fall decorations, and Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So.
They'll be kicking into that before long. And look at all of this that you can choose from to get your home ready, because we're into August, September. It'll be here. No time flat. So get ready, enjoy your seasons there. Go by and they'll walk you through and help you pick out what you need. And also, this is our next step here, game cameras, deer season, hello. Yeah, this is close.
You can also use them for seeing who's coming in and out of your driveway.
Yes, you can. I know a lot of people that do
While
that.
you're not home.
They even also have the cameras, very affordable also, that if you want the picture sent to your phone, they have those. They'll tell you about how you get your plans and how you hook all that up if you've never done it before. See them at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply as they get ready for deer season, which is really close. If you're a worker right now, don't forget their work gloves, a complete line, and any shovel, hoe, any rake that you may need, they've got all that included with, axes. And let me tell you, that's hard work. Do not pick one of those up if you don't want to sweat. Just keep right on walking.
That's right.
Don't slow down. Your pets, they've got a lot to take care of them as well. Insecticides, fertilizers, and work boots. If you need a good pair of work boots for the yard or your job, they've got it, along with all your seed, feed, and fertilizer to take care of those horses, cattle. They got it, including guns. And, a little ammo as well. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151 off the interstate.
Big trucks, they're loud, intimidating, and they'll run over anything in their way. I know because I've gone face-to-face with 18-wheelers and the insurance companies for more than 30 years. I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. We won over $1 billion for the injured because we don't settle for less, and we never back down from a fight. Call me today and let me help you get the money you deserve. One call, that's all.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And we want to tell you about our friends at Maple One Stop Shop. If you're looking for a place to buy gas that's clean and convenient, they're locally owned and operated right here. You can find them there on the corner of North Hill Street. You can get all your fuel there as you run in and out. They're quick, convenient, and right now this is a great thing that they're doing. If you'd like to win $50 worth of gas, and who couldn't use that?
That's right.
Write your name and phone number on the back of your receipt when it prints out. Go in and hand it to the cashier, and they'll drop it in the box, and they're going to award this weekly. Pretty
That's
good
nice.
little deal there.
That is really nice, yeah.
Little bonus, so to speak, there.
Yeah, you can fill your whole tank up if you get one of these big sport utility vehicles.
There you go. And, of course, if you're looking for a drink, a cup of coffee, if you need a pack of naps, anything that you may be looking for, they've got it and conveniently located. And if you hadn't been in one lately, they are super clean. They're under new management. They've redone these stores. And, they were in there mopping when I was in here taking spotless. I enjoyed it. Bonita Chevron, Pine Springs store, they've got the lunch deal going on right now where you can get the Hunt's Pizza. You can get a bag of Frito-Lay chips and a 20-ounce drink, all for $4.99. That's a deal there if you're looking for lunch.
That is a deal.
Because you've said as you leave, you're in that area and you go to get something to eat, and it's $11, $12.
Yeah, it is every day. And when
on a budget,
that adds up. It really does.
See them. That's the Hunt's Pizza Brother special that's going on. The locations, again, the Country Store, which is located there at the four-way stop there where you come up from Chandler Road, easy to get in and out of. And also, if you're going to be out by Bonita Lakes, and of course, this is the Bonita Chevron. See them there also. And We've got the Last Chance Tobacco coming out of Broadmoor on 493, and then on top of the hill there in Broadmoor Chevron. See them. It's all at Maple's one-stop shop, locally owned and operated. They'll take care of you and, well, save you some money while you're at it there.
And who doesn't want to save money?
Whew, I'm all about it.
Wants to save money. Yeah.
So what's your plans for today? Anything big shaking in your world, or is it a calm, cool day just for you?
I'm working. I'm going to do hair after I leave here. And then when I get home, I'm going to finish doing some things I need to get done around there. I think they're coming to get the camper today. We sold our other one, so
well, congratulations.
Got to get everything out of it. You know, we were packing it up yesterday, and so I didn't realize I had so much stuff in there. It was like Christmas time. I was like, I bought this. We never even used it.
Well, did you transfer it to your new camper?
We will. We just boxed it up, and I've still got to go through and do some stuff to the other camper, just cleaning. You know, just you know, my thing I got to do, but anyway, yeah, we'll put it in the other one. So,
well, congratulations on your new camper. And did you dance the jig after you sold your other one?
No, I mean, I was glad we sold it. You know, I was glad we sold it to somebody we need to. They're going to enjoy it. So
that's great.
But anyway,
one of the few times in headlines in recent history that we've been able to tell you that somebody has praised the United States. Can you believe this?
I know. I saw that, and I was so thankful for that.
An Olympic. Now, she is a wrestler, is what she does. And she wanted to thank God for the great country that she lived in. It almost shocks you when you've got the others holding X's and don't want to compete.
Right.
Wow.
Yes, a welcome, you know,
change.
It is a welcome change, because this is how it used to be.
Yeah.
People were proud to represent the United States, and it's just good to hear somebody say that they're proud of it. You know?
And she's got a double last name. Her first name is Tamara Mitchie-Stock. Did I put?
I think so. Yeah, she's married, I think they said, if I'm not mistaken.
And she won gold, and we're proud for that. Glad that somebody represented us that was proud of it.
Right.
And boy, yeah. Like, as we said, you don't get to see a lot of that these days. I saw a story from Tennessee, and again, always watch what you read, whether it's on television, if it's written in print or on social media, because the headline reads, half of the congregation in a Tennessee church steals $80,000. And I thought,
half the congregation.
oh my gosh. I mean, the church went wild.
I'm thinking like 50 people
Yeah.
if they had 100, or like 100 people if they had 200 people. And
Yeah,
how
you want to
many
go
people
ahead? You want to tell how many was in the church?
They had a whole 4 people in the church.
And 2 of them was stealing.
Yeah, 2 of them was thieves.
It turns out that the church burned last year. They got insurance money, and they started rebuilding it. And funds that were given, well, they decided, well, they'd go to Walmart. Then they'd write a few checks to themselves. It was a mother and son, and they are accused of stealing $60,000 from the church.
So, like, who owned the church? If there's 4 members, who owned the church?
That's a good question.
I mean, you'd think kind of like one of them would have to own it. Somebody out of the 4, you know.
The news story does not go into tell the denomination of the church. So that I do not know. It just points out that they may have taken a few dollars there from the church. Shame, shame, shame on you.
You'd think, and too, they might not be really good people to be around. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe that's why they only got 4 people. You know.
Something went on there.
Who knows?
That is a peculiar thing.
That is. That's odd.
Now, I think we've all seen churches that through the years that in smaller communities, well, people die out and there's no one staying in the small towns to replace them. And then it comes into where, and y'all know this as well as I do, to where they'll have church like every other Sunday, to where a preacher rotates and he'll go to each one to keep those churches alive. But wow.
Yeah.
Don't know much about that. That just don't sound right. Do y'all remember the Minnesota couple? And we'll show this famous picture here.
Yes.
These two. Of course, he's going to be running for Senate. Is that?
I don't know. I did not hear that, but I figured, you know, he would probably try to run for something. Because, I mean,
They're
I
famous
think he'll probably
now.
get it, yeah.
They have been pardoned by the governor of Missouri for all crimes against the state of Missouri.
He said that they had every right to defend their property, which, you know, to me, I was thinking the whole time. I mean, everybody should have a right to defend their property. So.
I have never understood, and maybe somebody watching understands this, but if you have a gated community, you buy into that because it is a gated community to where not just anybody can walk in.
And they had broken down the gate, right? Yeah. They had busted through the gate, which means they were there unannounced and unwelcome.
So how is that illegal to defend yourself? Somebody explain.
And they were on their property.
Yeah.
You know, they were on their own property, and these people been busted through the gate and were up there, and they said they were peacefully protesting. Well,
Didn't look that way.
You're trespassing, first of all, when you're not supposed to be on the property if you're not welcomed in and the gates are opened for, from somebody within the gate.
Right.
But, and then there was talk that people were yelling stuff like, we're coming in your home, we're coming to get you, I don't know. But anyway, by any means, they had the right to defend their property. So.
I think so. I don't get everything how they were going to prosecute these people for defending their own home.
It's just like everything else is going, though. I mean, it's just kind of like,
Yeah, you're going along and
things are crazy right now.
It's just everything is left of what it ought to be, so to speak.
Yeah, the opposite of what it should be.
Yeah, and Denise Burnside says they're superheroes there. So we wish them luck with what's going on there. What else was I going to... Lindsey Graham. When Trump went in, he was not a Trump supporter at all. And then I think he grew to like Donald, and they become pretty good. He become an ally of him. A Rhode Island Democrat strategist is slammed on Twitter. Have you seen all of this?
No.
Ugly what she said.
Oh, yes, I did see this. This is the one that said she wished they'd all die or something.
From COVID.
Yeah.
Because he's got
crazy.
it. How do you do that? What in your...
Let's say karma.
It can bite you.
Yeah, it will bite you.
Even my worst enemy, I wouldn't wish death on.
No.
I may not get along, and there's not many people that I don't get along with. It's just a handful.
Right.
But I still wouldn't wish that upon them.
Yeah.
I don't understand how somebody can do that. And here's the tweet that went out that was on. Is it wrong to hope he dies from COVID? Right, asking for a friend.
That's just crazy.
So that's what's been elected to run the United States in so many different towns. She's not the only one, is what we're saying.
There's been a lot of things that have been overlooked that have been said by people, in the government, and I think, they should have said something to him. Now, had they been somebody else, maybe they would have probably been right from the get-go,
right,
prosecuted or let go or whatever.
And Denise Burnside talked about, and I put this out yesterday, and Lord bless her, I don't wish anything bad on her. Kathy Griffin, the lady that held the servant head of Donald Trump, has been diagnosed with lung cancer.
Yeah. And I mean, I definitely thought when she did that was awful. I mean, that was horrible. Like, why would you?
She was trying to get attention, I guess, in the end, is what that was all about.
Yeah.
She did make headlines.
She did get attention. And it was kind of just like overlooked.
No, she did get her shows canceled there for a little while.
But I mean, she
came
still,
back.
So anyway, but yeah, I definitely don't wish any kind of sickness on anybody or I don't, or death or anything like that.
Let me ask your opinion on this. Of the other big news story out of yesterday that broke late yesterday afternoon. And tell me if I'm saying his name right. Cuomo.
Yeah. Cuomo.
Yeah, I cannot say certain words. The governor of New York, the AG has come out with, they said he's a sex predator.
Yeah.
With their findings from all this. And if you go into and study this stuff, the recordings that they've got of what he said to women.
Oh, yeah. One of them was a survivor of abuse. Right. And he said something to her even after he knew that she had stuff done to her in the past. I mean, just some of the stuff that he said was just so inappropriate. I mean, and I can't believe that he would even think that, in the thing this morning, I had heard that he recalls these incidents. Like, he doesn't deny them. He recalls these incidents and then kind of just brushes them off like it's not that big of a deal. So I think he needs to go, but I think they're going to have to drag him out of there. Like kicking and screaming.
Does a press conference and says you need to resign, as well as other top Democrats are saying resign.
Yeah.
He ain't going to do it. He's got that little Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you call it, but there will have to be, how you have to grab your legs and pull you out of somewhere? That's the only way he's going.
And his brother, I don't have, is it Chris Cuomo?
Yeah, on CNN.
I can't take him even talking.
So will he get, because, he defended him.
Oh, yeah, and he's such a smart aleck and such a arrogant person, just like his brother when it comes to stuff like that. And I used to like him years ago. He used to seem kind of nice, and then it's just like all of a sudden, he just seems like a different type person. But yeah, you know, he had COVID and was out going to the gyms and all that kind of stuff.
Was.
And
I'd forgotten about that little tidbit there of information.
yeah. So I don't like when he has somebody on his show, he tries to make them look like
downgrade them, so to speak.
Real, yeah, really bad. So
that's a few of the headlines, and we'll come back to a few of those here in a moment. As we go down memory lane this morning, let's take a look at a few things that happened in history on this day. Do you remember this guy? The only song that I know from him, and boy, it's strong. What a wonderful world it would be.
Yes.
Louis Armstrong was born on this day.
That song is a beautiful song. I think it's so pretty.
It is. And he passed away in 1971. That's been a while. I didn't realize that's when he died. But he was good at what he did. Today was, and we brought up Anne Frank earlier in the week. It was either last week or the first part of this week. Today is the day that Anne Frank was captured after somebody gave them a tip and they broke into where they were hiding. And she didn't make it much longer after that, maybe 2 months as they were sent to concentration camps. Remember history. Always remember
that.
You can't say enough about that.
Right.
One of your favorites is having a birthday today. And I can't believe you didn't come out with this as soon as we sat down.
What?
Obama is having a birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Mr. President. If you heard, they are now, because he was going to have that big blowout of 500 people, they are cutting back to adjust to the COVID rules.
Yeah, he is having that big, they did cut back because I think there was a lot of backlash.
Oh, it was.
You know. But I mean, you know, you can't preach to everybody else about how don't have big gatherings and take precaution. And then, you know, I don't know. I feel like this man right here is probably still running the show from behind the scenes. Don't you think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
He is still your president. Do not think. A dark day in Mississippi history as we go back. There's no other way to word this. 1964, the bodies of the 3 slain civil rights workers were found right outside of Philadelphia, Mississippi. You will most likely see this in a lot of headlines today. I bring that up just to remind you of what went on. That did happen. Are you a fan of this guy?
Jeff Gordon?
Yeah.
I used to watch NASCAR years ago, but we were big Earnhardt fans. So.
I've never been a big NASCAR watcher, but, you know, he was picked on a lot. There were some people, it was a line of either you loved him or you disliked him. Pretty boy.
But I think he did a good job. And anytime I ever saw him, like, in interviews or anything, he seemed pretty down to earth. I mean, so.
Well, that's out there this morning. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, look who else is having a birthday. Meghan.
Meghan Markle.
1981. She went from nothing to, well, I don't know what you call it at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. She was famous, and then she went and become a royal, and
now she's not a royal. But they are rich.
Yeah.
Again, money is not everything in this life.
Yeah, it's not.
You can be rich and still be the poorest person that exists. That's fact.
Right.
1984. They were like the perfect duo that ever stumbled up in country music, and this went '1 on this day.
That's
Mama, he's
song.
crazy.
I just sung that in the car the other day.
Crazy over me.
It was on, and we were singing. So we were coming back from Texas. Look, you get crazy on long trips.
Trying to pass the time.
Really, you do. I mean, Kurt and I were both singing at times. You know, we were just singing like we had a duet going. It was funny. I need to put one of those video cameras in the car.
Yeah,
I get delirious.
Let me have some footage of that.
Yeah.
1984, this was the #1 album in America, and it was big, went on to become movies and whatnot, and, well, it was Prince, #1 on this day. Purple Rain.
I used to listen to Prince.
Yeah, he was different there. And his look evolved so many different times there.
Yeah.
Not as much as Michael Jackson's, but his appearance did change, and then when he wanted to be known as a symbol. Yeah, I think everybody ought to try that once, don't you?
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Prince,
Yeah,
and I'm a symbol.
Yeah, that's odd to me when they change their name in mid, career or whatever you call it.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
I did like this in 1986. Who remembers hearing this on the song on the radio for the first time? "Digging Up Bones" was released on this day from Randy Travis.
I remember it. I mean, we used to listen to that all the time.
The Storms of Life CD or album back in the day. That was really a good one. And I don't know if you were.
I went to a New Kids on the Block concert. Okay?
Can you name one song that they sang?
Gosh.
Because I cannot.
Look, now you're going to ask me that. I used to could sing. If you turned it on, I could sing every word to them. But, just thinking of the names of the songs. No,
I wouldn't know them if I
but I
bumped
did
into
go.
them on the street.
A friend of mine and I, we both went to a concert together, and it was I can't even remember where that was, but it was neat.
They were robbed on this date in Canada from all of their T-shirts. It was valued at $260,000. I don't know how the story ended, if they found the merchandise or they were just without. But apparently that was a hot item then, or it wouldn't have been taken.
I think they did. They got back together like for something not long ago, and it's weird to see them together as they're older now.
Yeah, I bet that is strange.
It is strange. It's weird.
What was that group that was out of Jackson that made it real big with Lance Bass?
Let me think.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
NSYNC? Is that what it was?
It must have
NSYNC?
been.
Okay.
I bumped into him at a party one time, and he introduced himself, and
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
He's from Jackson, though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
He was nice, but I honestly did not know who he was at the time. I was not, is the word educated
Yeah.
on that part of the world? And I feel bad about that now that I didn't know who he was. 1992, this really changed country music all the way around. Boots Good and Boogie went #1 on this date.
We used to line dance.
Could you do it good?
I could. Now I could line dance, and there was that place on B Street that you could go, and I can't remember what the name of that place was, but we'd go down there, and they had line dancing lessons and all that. It was fun though. I loved it.
It was the Neon Sun at one time. I don't know what it was when you were there.
I thought
it
it
changed
was
names several times.
Okay, it was something. I thought country was in the title of
Could have been,
but I can't remember. But yeah, it was a neat place. You'd go take line dancing lessons, and maybe we would watch the White Horse Cafe on CMT, or something cafe, and we would
the Wild Horse Saloon.
we'd get in the living room and line dance to it was neat. I liked it.
A lot of
Showing
people
my
made that.
age.
Well, I think we all enjoyed that. It was a different time. Then you get to see Nashville Now at night and Crook and Chase. Y'all remember those?
Yeah.
Lori Ann was a beautiful woman, by the way.
Yeah, she still is.
And I think they still do a radio show together, a countdown somewhere.
Yeah.
If I remember. 2006, we all went to the theaters to see this, or you waited till it made it to television. But Talladega Nights was released on this date. The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Pretty good show there.
Yeah, that was funny.
So
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey. Remember the table scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
we're going to make animal sounds. Rawr.
It's crazy.
That was
That was one of those. I mean, it was kind of dumb but funny. You know
All
what
at
I'm
the same
saying?
time.
Like all at the same time. Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't know anybody that's named their kids Ranger and Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
But given some of the smartness in this world, there really could be somebody named that. I think we all know that. That's what's sad out there. Yeah.
I've seen people name kids odd things, but anyway.
Yeah, I won't touch that. But you're absolutely
Odd
right.
things, yeah.
Let's talk about our friends at the Precast Group. If you have not been there, they do so much more than tornado shelters and buildings and things of that nature. If you've got cattle, they make cattle troughs. So I'm going to get some more pictures. I've talked to Michael a couple of times. This is a trough, but they build picnic tables. They also build, if you've got a crossing that you need to keep cattle in, they do that as well. It's just unlimited as to what they build there. And it is the Precast Group, and they take care of their main thing is making sure that you've got a storm shelter to go in. As we get ready for another season coming up this fall, make sure that you've got one of these. A whole lot more affordable than you can imagine. Call them today, 482-0003 if you don't have one of these and you want that peace of mind. And that's what this is all about. When the weather breaks out bad, you need a place to go to. And they'll certainly get this set up for you. They've got different styles to choose from. You can lay it out as how you want to on the inside as to fit the amount of people. These are pictures of this. This is the ones that can be sunk in the ground. You can do that, put it in a hillside. All at the Precast Group. Let them show you what they got. You pick out what you like. They'll deliver it and have it set up for you in no time flat there. Again, the Precast Group right here in the Meridian area, 601-482-0003 is the number to call to get you a storm shelter.
That's right.
Get that peace of mind, right?
That's right.
I was leaving home with a car full of my friends when suddenly we were thrust off of the road. A direct hit from behind. We were involved in a car accident.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we begin. Somebody made a comment that I don't know a whole lot about the budget and meridian of moving money from one department to another. From what I understand, $275,000 being taken out of the Meridian Police Department salary. I think I can't bet my life.
Yeah,
on
we
this.
don't know exactly though.
I'm not up on politics enough to know all of that, but we definitely, and that would be money. I would assume that would be to recruit new officers when we need them. Wouldn't think that's a good idea,
I
but
wonder who makes that decision.
I guess it'd have to go back to the mayor.
I don't know.
Again, I'm not big time up on the politics of Meridian.
Me either.
I'll dig into that, see what we can find out this week. Let's see. Gillies, line dancing during the Urban Cowboy Days. That was huge.
Angela
Pasadena.
Dunnigan wanted to know what year did Boot, Scoot, and Boogie come out. I know it was in the 90s.
92.
Okay, that was the year I graduated, so I knew it was in the 90s. Yeah, because we used to dance all the time.
One of my favorites of theirs was that Working on My Next Broken Heart.
That was
Pick
good.
me up, you shut me down. Woo. There's always sometimes when you see a headline more to the story than you realize. And the story reads this morning, the U.S. Army grants the first ever religious exemption to a Christian soldier to allow him to keep his beard and grow long hair in the military. It makes me, I'm just thinking outside of the box. If they're granting this, then something else is coming up that you won't like.
Right.
You know what I mean by that statement? And I'm not sure that they should have done this.
Religious exemption. I mean, I don't
Because
know,
you know, when
if
you
a-
join the military, they shave your head just due to
what
lies.
religion has to do with your hair as a man, your
I don't
hair
know.
growing. Oh, I don't know. It could be a woman, though.
It
Well,
could be.
no, not a beard.
Yeah. Well, I guess nowadays you.
I don't, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I would think, I don't know. What would it be?
Yeah, I'll have to dig deeper into what that could.
Yeah, I don't know of any like religions that you would keep growing your hair as a man.
But I
don't know.
guess you make up anything as you go along.
Yeah, I
You can
guess
say my
could.
religion doesn't allow that.
I mean, I think you should make the rules, stick to them, and don't bend them.
Yeah, because I promise you, if they're
At some
bending
point,
on
they're
this,
gonna break. You know?
there's something else coming that's going to shock you. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think they need to make exceptions if after they've made the rules. You know,
How long we've been in existence here with the U.S. Army?
Right.
Yeah, that's something. That in Ohio, a newcomer backed by Trump got elected there in Ohio. So in the House race, so Trump is doing a victory circle, saying, "Hey, I still got power."
yes.
So that's one of the headlines that are out there this morning. Let's see what else has happened here in the last little bit. We've seen this of the political people that backed Trump or stood up for him in any kind of shape, form, or way. The wrath came after them. Word is that Rudy Giuliani is nearly broke at this point, defending himself from there's no telling how many lawsuits this man has got against him at this point.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's crazy to me that they try to break people and really just ruin their whole life and their whole career, you know, just because they don't like them or, you know, they're just trying to get to Trump, you know, is
And that-
basically what it is.
What was those voting things of that Dominion? What was that? They're suing him for $1.3 billion, saying that he tried to destroy their company. And then the headline goes on to try to perceive that Trump is not trying to help him. I don't think that's the case. But you go back to, was it Flynn? His life is destroyed.
The general.
Yeah.
That,
Lost his house, everything he had. Who was the other guy that they raided his home at daylight? Do you remember that?
well, no, Rudy Giuliani, they raided his home.
This was another guy that was some form of a general, and they had CNN cameras there when they kicked the door in. It was all staged.
Yeah.
They knew what they were going to do, and the guy, I don't think they could have come after 9 o'clock and said, "Hey, would
Right.
you mind coming with us?"
Yeah.
But they want to set an example. If you back him, we're going to take you down.
Remember what I said? Karma, though. Karma.
Yeah. It is. Michigan, me and you looked up this town we'd never heard of before, but we see this nationwide right now with a shortage of employees. And people are sometimes taking employees that they normally wouldn't hire because, well, they can't get anybody else to work. But be careful who you hire because, well, if they get into an argument with somebody, it could go south real quick. And that happened at a Burger King. Was it Michigan?
Yeah, it was in the drive-through.
Yeah. He just gets into an argument about French fries, more or less, and whoops out a gun on the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the drive-through. I mean, can you imagine? All I want is my fries. Yeah, that'd be scary.
Yeah, that'll deter you from going back. It would me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'll never get to drive through service. But that is, but be careful there of what you're doing because of who you hire.
Also, be careful because the one in the car might have their own little.
That's true.
Something. So
we live in a different world nowadays.
It is.
Without a doubt. We have to say kudos to Reese Witherspoon. You remember her from Sweet Home Alabama?
Yes.
I was not aware that she started this, but she started a media company called Hello Sunshine. She sold it for $1 billion earlier this week.
Huh.
$1 billion.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was told that somebody had started a company that she bought out that was from Mississippi. So kudos to her.
Yeah.
That is
I like her.
She seems like the Carrie Underwood type person.
She reminds me of Carrie Underwood. I don't know why. For some reason, it's not just the blonde hair. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I loved her in Sweet Home Alabama.
That was a good movie. Chick flick, but even I'll watch that.
Yep.
Are you a big Dwayne The Rock fan?
I like him. I mean, I think that he seems real classy. As
down
a guy.
to earth.
He's down to earth. Seems like he is. Seems very nice, courteous. When I've ever seen him on
Bedazzled movies. But have you heard of this new movie that he's got out called Jungle Cruise?
I've heard of it, but I don't know that much about it.
No, apparently the critics ran it down and said it was pretty awful. He's got the last laugh. It is now the #1 movie at the box office. I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen the previews to it. So, but congratulations to him. And again, that Mississippi tie that he had when he was broke and lived in Mississippi and drove to Memphis to become a wrestler. It seems like a really good guy.
Well, there was a couple that helped him.
Yeah.
Kind
of took him in.
Yeah, took him in and helped him. And I watched a video of him thanking them. He surprised them with something.
A new truck.
Yeah, it was a truck. And he thanked them for everything they'd done. And I think that's great.
Yeah, it really makes you proud for somebody to go back and thank somebody when they make it, when it comes from the heart, that it's not a show.
Right. And anybody that can just be courteous to people, no matter what is going on right now in the world.
Right.
I commend you. Because, and that you just don't run with the crowd and, just do what everybody else is doing. I just commend you. I think that's a wonderful thing because respect goes a long way. It really does.
Next, I'm going to ask Candace to dig deep into her little brain this morning, behind the blonde hair, and see if she can find the conspiracy theory, Candace, that may live in there somewhere.
Not me.
I look at this and go, something fishy. It was announced, I think Thursday or Friday of last week, that a third Capitol police officer had committed suicide that was there on January 6th. We found out this week we're up to number 4 now. A fourth one has committed suicide. I'm just asking, is there something fishy there to you?
That's odd to me. That really is. That is a very odd thing that could, what's the odds of that? Yeah, the likelihood of that. And why? What would be the reason?
You made it through it, whatever happened. How could it? I don't know is what the reason I asked it.
Yeah, because I just thought it was really odd because I had read a story and, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it was it said that there was one of the police officers had left I thought it had to do with the shooting of the woman that was crawling through the window, the veteran lady. She was a military vet. She was crawling through the window. Remember, they shot her.
Correct. And they still don't want to release the name of who shot her.
Yeah, and it was a story about there was a gun of a police officer. They'd accidentally left it in the restroom and it was stolen.
The guy that shot, or the police officer, because I don't know if it's a man or woman, that killed her was a careless person apparently, and went to the bathroom, pulled his pistol out and laid it on where you wash your hands and walked out and left it.
Now, who would do that? Yeah, that's odd to me that happened. And then there was a guy one of the guys that they that died supposedly during the whole thing.
Are you referring to the
first one? And then they cremated him right off.
Quickly. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I know that they tried to quickly say that somebody had killed a police officer with a fire extinguisher, and that was not true.
Right.
There was a lot
I
of.
just think it's very odd because I did see a video when it was actually happening. There's a man and he is talking to a lot of the police officers. It's like they're huddled up in like a little cubby hole area, and he's saying, "Why are you not doing anything? Why are you not out there doing something?" You know, I know there was a lot of police officers that were out there doing it, and I know that, and I know that was an awful thing that was going on, but this guy was like, they were just standing in this hole, like standing down, like, and he kept asking them, "Why are you not out there helping?" I
thoroughly, from the bottom of my heart, believe they were told to stand down by somebody. That is the U.S. Capitol. If you know that many people is going to be out there, it should be secured at all costs. Whoever's having those.
Well, and
rallies,
too, Nancy Pelosi supposedly was passed a note by someone who she that day fired this person that passed her the note. I don't know his name. I can't remember. But he was informing her that the National Guard needed to be called in because there was talk that this was going to happen. And this was several days before
they knew
it happened.
weeks in advance.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a while before it happened. And she fired him that day and just totally disregarded that. And they did not have the National Guard there. But after the fact, they called the National Guard and put the walls up, and everything. Yeah, I think it could have been a different turnout because I think they were informed about it.
The leadership should have had that secured. I don't care who you are, who's doing what. Whatever group has got that many people there, you have the Capitol secured. We all know that.
Right.
So
it wasn't like it was a surprise.
It's just,
I think they knew it. Plus, they had gas masks under the chairs.
Yeah.
In there, in the building, ready,
I don't know, maybe that's
something that happens all the time.
Yeah, I've never been to the. I'd love to go. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see that. That's history that I'd love to go visit up there, but I've never had a chance to do that.
Yeah.
Tammy Fleming made a comment a little bit ago that she's got to go visit our friend Chet because, well, she's got a big dent down the side of her car now. If you happen to have that this morning, Chet is there to help you. And Center Hill is where you'll find them. Quality is what you'll find. If Chet gives you his word, that's what you get. There's not many people left in this world that stand behind what they do, but they do that at Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find them there in Center Hill. Many pictures to choose from, and I'll get some new ones here in the next week or so from Chet that shows exactly what they do. This is just a truck that's been in from Ford trucks that's had doors slammed. We've had cars that's been backed into, that's been put back. That's before and after pictures here. They work on any type of vehicle that needs work, and they even include these aluminum beds on these Ford trucks these days. That's a difficult thing if you're not good at what you're good at what you do. Here's a truck that's been backed into or bumped into from the front. Also, the paint booth. This is where they do all of their work. If you need quality work, someone that stands behind it, somebody that will walk you, because there's so many people that have never had a car accident. When it happens, you don't know what to do.
Right.
And
you don't know where to go.
Yeah. Chet's staff will walk you through this each step.
Yeah, there's many body shops, throughout the area, but this one, stands out because I'm telling you, you can depend on them.
Yeah.
They'll help you with your insurance claims as well as your rental car service. And, they handle all of that for you.
Doesn't cost a thing to drop in and see Chet and let them tell you how it's going to work and how they can save you money and get you back on the road in no time flat. That's Chet's Paint and Body. See them in Center Hill today. You can call them at 737-2961. Good folks just like you and I.
I'm JC from Starkville, Mississippi, and it took one call, and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $200,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we climb toward the top of the hour. Still a nice morning as we'll get toward the 90s, but right now it's wonderful outside if you hadn't had a chance to take in some fresh air this morning. One of the big movies was Lord of the Rings.
I did not watch that.
You missed out on it.
I know. It was a big thing. It was a big deal. I know.
I even made fun of my wife for watching it. And after standing there 5 minutes making fun of her, I got hooked and I started watching it. But they're going to make a TV show now out of the movie.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know how that will fly over. Amazon is producing this $465 million budget for this TV show. Wow. Can you imagine buying a commercial in that?
It floors me how we can put this much money into like a TV show, and we got chaos going on in the country and people doing without and living on. I don't know.
Yeah, priorities are different.
Yeah, that's just like athletes, though.
Of what they're paid,
right? What they're paid for, and I'm not. I think that's great that you know how to hit a ball or run a ball or shoot a ball or whatever you do. I think that's great, but I just think that's a little overkill. Some of the pay they get for doing that.
Oh, I'm with you. And I think most folks agree with that.
And the military and police officers and people putting their life on the line for people are not getting a drop in the bucket compared to what people are getting to run a ball down the field and cross a line. I mean, I'm just like, really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's the way it is. I don't know how you'd ever change that.
I don't know either, but it needs to change.
You take a singer what they make. If they make it, there's a lot of folks out there who never make it, but those that do, woo.
Yeah, the people who are in the sport, not all people, let me say, select people who are disrespectful to our country, who get paid millions of dollars to do these sports and be disrespectful, obviously, to our military and to our police. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And then we got people putting their life on the line for these people so they can have the freedoms and the liberties that they have, and keep those freedoms and liberties that they disrespect. I don't know. Everything's backwards to me. Everything's backwards. So
I'm sure
something
this
needs to change.
I'm sure this doesn't apply to our former police chief that we had that was ousted. But if you go to the Hamptons, and I'm looking at the headlines, his sick pay of before he left, he was paid $774,000 for sick days that he didn't get to use when they let him go. Can you imagine getting a payday like that?
No, I cannot.
$1,100 a day is what he made. I bet their land taxes are kind of high there.
I bet. The Hamptons, yeah.
Wow. Had a clash with the mayor and he was dropped. No,
Goodness.
I can't imagine that. Nationwide stories, Indianapolis, and you don't think of funeral homes as a place for crime.
Right.
But occasionally the bad guys come up to is the word diss whoever passed away. 5 people were shot, including a young girl outside of a funeral home as they were having a funeral.
Well, I have heard of that several times in the past year. You know,
Where
people getting shot at a funeral.
I want to say Jackson, Mississippi had an issue like that not long ago.
They could have.
I remember seeing something live from the funeral home parking lot, and it was gunfire that erupted there. Oh boy.
People have no respect.
And that's what needs to happen. Let's see here. New York, they're still not saying that a mask mandate is going to hit the streets of New York. We're starting to see. Now, this is what concerns me, and we've got just a couple of minutes. We don't have a lot left on this. You heard yesterday that they are now going to passport for New York. To be able to get into a restaurant or do anything, you're going to have to show that you've had COVID test. That is happening. I don't think that's a good thing.
The test or the vaccine?
Your card, that little card that you got, to be able to go in to eat anywhere or purchase anything, you're going to have that passport, so to speak, to be able to do it. And that concerns me. They
might be cutting their own throat. You might be shutting your business. You know, because I don't know. I mean, not everybody's up with that.
No, they're not. But they're trying to make this a nationwide. It's starting in New York, and they're trying to push this to where you can't purchase anything or get anything if you have not taken that and have that card. But you're right, as an American. Do I think it's good to take it? In some cases, yes. If you're physically, I think it helps. But I don't think that should be forced on you either. You have a right as an American to choose whether you want it.
I still have mixed feelings about it. I still do.
Everybody does. But forcing you to have that card to purchase things.
Yeah. I think it's crazy too. Yeah. I've heard where you're going to have it in some places now to go to the movies. To do anything, you know. So
that's just a headline that is coming out of New York. Expect that to grow.
I'm okay with staying in Mississippi and just living at my house, and you know.
Yeah, I have no problem with that either.
Yeah, me. So good luck to people who are doing that. Though.
Yeah, as we talk about the forecast, as we said, it was really nice this morning. As we get toward the weekend, is going to be our next chance of rain. As we look at this, as we get into Saturday and Sunday, it ain't bad. 30 to 40% chance of rain over the weekend. So you'll be able to do what you want. And our next big chance of rain will be at the beginning of the week. So if you've got something that you're planning for the rest of this, we've got sunshine all the way through Friday with no chances. So that's not bad at all.
Goodness. Yeah.
So we want to take a minute and thank everybody for dropping by and spending some time with us. We appreciate your comments. If you've got a news story, you can inbox us and pass that along. We'd love to use it. Let us know what you think.
Yes. We appreciate you, like Scotty Ray said, and we hope everybody has a wonderful day. And if we didn't get to your comments, we still appreciate them, and we'll get to you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we hope you have a wonderful day.
Last person said, sounds like something out of the book of Revelations, and
It
I have to
does.
agree with that.
It really does. A lot of things do that's going on. But
Y'all watch yourself there. Thank you, and God bless. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning, same place, same time. Thank you so much for dropping by.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by